Hi, my name is Stephanie Robbins, and I am the president and CEO of Robbins Plumbing here in Phoenix, Arizona. And I am going to cover a couple of things with you guys today about the common DIY mistakes that we see from customers. And I'll admit, I am a DIYer myself. And a lot of my clients are too. It's like, oh, that looks so easy. Well, to be fair, Bob Ross makes painting look easy too. And I epically failed at that after buying all of this stuff from Joann Fabrics. So, despite our best intentions and that we see things on YouTube and professionals make it look easy, it takes 10,000 hours to be a professional. And those are the people that we watch on YouTube, and they just make it look so easy. So if you're in the middle of a DIY project and it's not going so well for you, it's okay. Have a happy tree moment. Get a drink, because we all fail at things. And these guys make it look easy. I literally make my husband do things blindfolded plumbing now, because I get tired of hearing him brag. Oh, you can do it blindfolded. Oh, yeah? And then he does it. It's infuriating. But that's fine. I can type faster than him, so winning. So some of the things that I see in my 27 years of doing this that are common DIY fails is I am going to install a fixture on my own. And a plumbing fixture is defined as a toilet, a faucet. Someone may even say, hey, I'm going to install my own water heater. And then that YouTube video didn't explain everything that's code compliant for your city. You didn't have the right tools, all the trips back and forth to the hardware store to buy more tools or that other thing, and it turns into a nightmare. That is what a lot of DIY projects turn into. If I have a client that wants to do something DIY, and I have tons of videos for DIY, there are some things that if you're mechanically inclined and you have a few tools around the house that definitely you can do at home. Fixing a running toilet, for example, that kind of thing. But when it comes to installing things like water heaters, faucets, disposals, is really kind of hit or miss on your skill level, but those are those things. But don't be hitting, angle stops and supply lines. And if you install a water heater out of code, if it's a gas water heater, that could be the difference between your family living or dying. And that's legit. So it's something to really take into consideration. Is what you're watching a trusted source, and do you have the tools and capability of doing it? Because doing it wrong DIY will cost you more money than doing it right with a professional. That's just math. The other thing that we see DIY is the overuse or improper use of chemical drain cleaners. You have a stoppage and you're going to go hit this hardware store and you're going to use a chemical drain cleaner. Well, if you don't know what your plumbing system is, you didn't just clear a stoppage, you cleared a hole in your drain line. So that is something that is very painful for me to witness and watch, because I get it. There's all these commercials and the whole deal, and it shows it just going through that P-trap and sucking out. Well, those chemicals have to go somewhere. So if you have cast iron lines and that kind of thing, you're creating more drama for yourself than you anticipated. And while the chemicals can't be held responsible for that, your line is cast iron or it's old or that kind of thing, it's Orangeburg, you just made yourself an emergency versus hiring a professional. The other thing I really want to see homeowners please stop doing, trying to solder copper pipe on your own. This is something that literally my guys are not allowed to do on their own for over a year of riding along, because it is dangerous. It is something that you need to know what you're doing. You need to know how to properly prep the pipe. You need to know how to use the flux, the solder, the brushes, properly cool the pipe down so everything seals properly. Like, this is a thing, and burning your house down is not worth saving the money for a plumber to come out. I promise. The other thing is trying to tackle complex projects alone. And I can speak from experience, well, not on the plumbing part, because I'm obviously surrounded by plumbers, but trying to do tile projects that were bigger than our skill set and our tool set. Trying to install carpet that was more than our tool set and our skill set. And then, well, the carpet had to come up, and then it would ended up being wood flooring, and like a whole deal. So I've been there. This isn't a place of judgment, but a place of, oh, please don't make the same mistakes that I did. So complex projects, that is definitely along the lines of, hey, that water heater. Oh, hey, let me change out my kitchen sink. It seems, oh, it's just a kitchen sink. It's not just a kitchen sink. Those drain lines don't line up the same. Everything is a thing. So that's that last tip, is knowing when, hey, I'm in over my head and I need to call a pro. Okay, so this is legit. I have heard so many times answering the phone on a Saturday, a Sunday, a Friday night, husband calling, and it can be something as simple as a hose bib outside, right? So this is literally, if I had $1 for every time we had a homeowner call in the last 20 years that said, I was trying to replace a hose bib outside, my wife is screaming, I hear her in the background, my water's off, everyone's pissed, and my plumber shows up, and it's, I'm gonna need you to be patient because this is gonna take me 10 minutes and you're gonna feel silly. That is what pros do, just like Bob Ross. That happy tree, not painted a happy tree still, right? So know when you're over your head. Don't let it take 8 hours to, hey, you know what? This is more than my skill set. It looked easy on TV. Don't be the plumber on TV. They actually don't know what they're talking about. I know this for a fact because when I watch TV with plumbers, they pick out all of it and it's annoying. I'm like, shut up. It's like watching CSI with someone who was trained to be a CSI. Don't do that either. Just don't do it. So know when it's time to call it quits, call in the pros. The pro tip that I have for you, I'm going to need you to pay attention. This one's big. You're going to take on a DIY project. You watch that YouTube video, even one of mine, and you're like, I got this. For the love of everything that's holy, including your wallet, do not do that on a night or on a weekend. When that water's off and it's after hours and it's an emergency, you're going to pay the penalty for that. So if you're going to DIY, do it during normal business hours. That is my pro tip for you. Please. Just this Sunday, we had 3 people try to DIY, and those, I mean, for us, it's an extra $150 to pull a plumber online at 2 a.m. Completely reasonable to me because I know I'm waking them up. Just don't do it. Do it during normal business hours. So when it doesn't work out, it's not so painful. If you do have a plumbing repair and you were thinking DIY or you failed at DIY, absolutely give us a call. You can reach us at 623-486-4657 or of course on our website at robinsplumbing.com.